You guys, welcome back to another video. So first things first, I want to say is thank you so much for the love on the last video. Got a lot more positivity than I thought it would be. A lot of people seem to really love the full routine. So if you guys haven't checked out the last video, I talked about a full routine that you can utilize to tone effectively, because if you want to tone, you need to build muscle. So this is a very highly requested video on talking about how to master your nutrition. And before I dive into this video, there's a couple things I want to say. First off, not every video is going to be in front of me in front of a whiteboard. Just the first three. The last three are going to be because I wanted to demonstrate some more in-depth trainings for you guys, so that way you guys can just implement this. Like, you can literally take this video and implement it in your own journey if you're someone starting off, or if you're someone maybe in the middle of your journey as well, and maybe you've hit a plateau. So also, if you're a client of mine watching this and you're like, Clayton, why is my calories this way if you're telling me how to create them this way? There's a reason your calories are the way that they are, because we started you at a certain point and we've probably gradually decreased them over time, or maybe we've even increased them over time. So this is for someone who is just starting out brand new in their journey, and they're like, how do I track my calories? How do I know my calories? How do I even get what this is? So I'm gonna teach you exactly how to master nutrition in a faster time period than you ever have before. This is the exact formula that I've used to help over 200 moms in the last year tone up, lose the midsection, lose over 20 pounds, lose up to 60 pounds. We've had clients in our program. This is the exact method that you can use. And if you're thinking halfway through this, how do I track my macros if I know how to create my own ones, or how to create my own calories? If you want access to an exclusive private video, make sure that you are subscribed to this video or subscribe to this channel, and shoot me a message right after this video on Instagram, and I'll get you access to that as well. So that way you know exactly how to. We actually have our own custom foods inside MyFitnessPal that's publicly accessible to everyone. So it can make just tracking a lot easier for you. So as we're talking about in this video, hopefully you guys can see that. It says how to create your own calories. And I'm gonna do two different scenarios when it comes to this, because you're probably like, what are calories, right? Calories are macros, protein, carbs, fat. I'm gonna not bore you to death, and I'm gonna make this exciting as possible and as quick as possible. So that's what she said. But I'm gonna do two different scenarios. So there's gonna be 200 calories, or it's not 200 calories. There's gonna be someone who weighs 200 pounds and above, and someone who weighs 200 pounds and below, because there's gonna be two completely different scenarios. So say you're someone who weighs 160 pounds, right? Or 100, we're gonna do 160 pounds, right? And this is how we're going to showcase it right here. So I apologize if my dog whines in the background. My dog Brady, he's an Australian Shepherd. He doesn't typically like when I talk to the camera. He gets very, very worried if I hug my girlfriend, or if he sees two people like hugging, or any sort of things. He gets worried. He's a warrior. He's standing up in his crate looking at me right now. I have a feeling he's getting ready to whine. But let's say we have person A who weighs 160 pounds, right? So say you weigh 160 pounds. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. 160 pounds. And you probably have been starting off your nutrition journey eating anywhere from 1,000 to 1,300 calories a day. That's probably what you were eating right now if you're watching this video. You're probably eating 1,000 to 1,300 calories a day. You're skipping breakfast, you have low energy levels, and you've plateaued. And you're like, why can't I lose weight? It's because you are drastically underfueling your body. And if you were working out on top of that, you are not giving your body enough fuel. So therefore it is underneath a lot of stress. Throw on top of that, if you have children and you have a lack of sleep, or you just have a lot of stress in your day-to-day life, you're retaining a lot of water and your cortisol is through the roof. On top of that, you're consuming lots of caffeine, so your digestion is messed up, on top of underfueling your body. So this can be a sure way to ensure that you are never making progress with your nutrition, but I'm gonna teach you how to change all of that right now. So say you weigh 160 pounds, right? So most people, there's MyFitnessPal, there's the TDE calculator, there's all these online weight loss calculators, and a lot of them are designed to just make you crash diet. A lot of them are designed to make you crash diet, and they'll put you from 1,000 to 1,300 calories, and that is way too low. That is way too low if you are starting out on your journey. So we're gonna do 160. So I want you to take your body weight, and I want you to times it by 14. So 160 times 14, let me pull up my calculator right here. So 160 times 14 would be, that's 2,200 calories. That would be your maintenance calories. That would be what your body would burn if you were just to do nothing all day and lay in bed. Your body would burn that. That would be your maintenance calories, right? So what do we want to do from here, right? We want to start you there. We're not going to start you in a massive deficit. because if you need to lose 30 pounds, 40 pounds, starting in a deficit, putting you very low calories, and then decreasing over time is gonna lead to you plateauing. We need to start you off at maintenance, and then we're gonna slowly taper you down. So right here, you're gonna start off at 2,200 calories, and then say I guarantee you if you start like at your maintenance, you take your body weight, you times it by 14. If you were below 200 pounds, and you start eating that amount of food, you will lose weight at your maintenance calories. But then there's gonna come a point to where you stall out. And that's when you need to subtract this by 250 calories, right? So that'd be 2,200 minus 250 would be 1950. So then you'd go there, and then you'd hang out at 1950 calories for a little bit, and then you're gonna lose some weight there. And then you're gonna decrease it again slowly over time. You're not gonna drastically decrease your calories, because when you drastically decrease them and you crash diet, like as long as you have been right now, you are going to plateau. And you're probably thinking, how do I get to 1,900 calories? How do I even get to 2,200 calories? That is way too many calories for me. What is that made out of? It's made out of protein, carbs, and fats. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how to calculate that as well. And you've probably heard something very popular, that you need to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Now, it is completely different for males compared to females. So for females, you should not be consuming, if you weigh 160 pounds, 160 pounds of protein. You should not be doing that because you don't have 160 pounds of lean muscle. With men and women, it is completely different because men carry a lot more testosterone. Men carry a lot more lean muscle. That is just how our genetic makeup is. And it's a lot easier for us to put on muscle. So therefore, we have more protein than we consume more protein than women. But for you, I don't put any of my female clients, and I work with all females except for one. One of my clients' name is Frank. He's the only guy I work with. He's lost like 35 pounds in the program. Frank, I love you if you're watching this. I don't put any of my clients, female clients, above 140 clients. But let's say you weigh 160 pounds, I would put you at 120 grams of protein. But if you're watching this and you're just starting out, I want you to just start tracking your protein and aim to get over 100 grams a day. Because if you can eat over 100 grams a day, start there, and then slowly work your way up to like 110, 115, 120, and don't go above 130, and just see how your body responds to that. Because it's gonna help you stay, just drop the cap. It's gonna help you stay more full, and it's the most important macronutrient for weight loss because it's going to help you build lean muscle, and it's gonna help you burn fat by doing this. So, how does this all equal out? I'm trying to break this down as simple as possible, and hopefully you can see this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more here towards, I'm gonna actually erase that and I'm gonna make it a lot bigger. So like 120, right? So you're like, how do I equal that out to the 2,000 calories? We're just gonna use 2,000 calories as an example, right? Our goal is to get to 2,000 calories. So 120 grams of protein, you're gonna times that by 4, right? So 120 times 4, because protein is 4 calories per gram. So you do 120 times 4, that equals 480, right? That equals 480 calories right there. So our goal is to get to this 2,000, right? And you're probably like, how the hell am I gonna get to that 2,000 calories when the protein is only 480 of that? So first things first is you gotta stop skipping breakfast. I know if you're watching this and your mom, you're probably skipping breakfast and you're just having coffee. That's why your energy levels are really low, and that's why you're plateaued, because as you can see, trying to get 2,000 calories through 2 meals is a lot of work, and snacks like granola bars and filler snacks like that. So you need to funnel the rest of your 2,000 calories. So 2,000 minus 480 is, right, is 1,520. So you gotta get 1,520 calories remaining, right, with carbs and fats. So we're gonna up your carbs a lot, and let's say in this situation, we're gonna do 215 grams of carbs. That's a good number of carbs. So 215 times 4 equals, I think it's 860. Let's see how my math is. 860, we got it right. It's 860 plus the 480. I'm doing some math here for you. And I'm serious. If you're serious about making a change, you will take the time and do this with your own, instead of just trying to go online to some random weight loss calculator, because it's just gonna crash diet you. So right now, 860 plus 480, that equals 1,340. And then we do 2,000 minus that, 2,000 minus 1,340, minus 1,340 equals 660. So now we gotta get 660 So right now we're at 120 protein, we're at 215 carb, and we gotta get 660 calories worth of fat. So fat calories are 9 calories per gram, right? So we need to get to 660. So we're gonna start at like 60 grams and see where that puts us. 60 times 9 is 540. So 65 times 9, 585. Let's do 70. 70 times 9, 630. We're just gonna do that. That's close enough. So we're gonna do 70 grams of fat. So right there, if you were 160 pounds, let's just say this is hypothetical. This is what I would start you off at. You would be at 120 grams of protein, 215 grams of carbs, and 70 grams of fat. And that is how you calculate it. You take your current body weight, you times it by 14, and that becomes your maintenance. And then you're gonna wanna equal that out by the equation I gave you with protein, carbs, and fats, and then you slowly decrease those calories over time. The most simple way for me to break this down is this right here. If you're gonna listen to any part of this video, listen to this right here. If you weigh below I'd say 180 to 200 pounds, utilize your body weight, times it by 14, see what that equals out to. Don't put your protein above 130 grams. Aim for anywhere from 100 grams a day to 130 grams a day, and funnel the rest of your calories with carbs and fats. If you have to consume more fats than carbs, that's okay. If you have to consume more carbs than fats, that's okay. Fat's an essential hormone because it plays a huge role in energy levels, hormones, and let's be real, fats taste good. Avocados, butter, cheese, all that shit tastes good. So that is a little bit more of like an in-depth way to do it. Now, if you weigh above 200 pounds, it's gonna be completely different, because if you weigh above 200 pounds, and even I promise I did not leave. And I apologize for no edits. Guys, I'm working on getting an editor, and editing these videos, these YouTube videos would take me an extremely long time, and I wanna get these out to you so that way you guys can consume this content. So someone who weighs above 200 pounds, it's gonna be drastically different, because if you're watching this and you're like, Clayton, I weigh 200 pounds, like 200 times 14 is gonna be 2,800 calories. How the heck am I gonna consume that many calories? I don't have any of my clients. I have clients who are 220 pounds, 250 pounds. None of them are consuming 2,000 calories a day. So if you weigh above over 200 pounds, right? The number one thing that you need to do is very, very similar to what I spoke about earlier in this video, is you need to consume over 100 grams of protein a day, greater than 100 grams of protein a day, right? Greater than 100 grams of protein a day. I'm gonna zoom in on this so you guys can see it. You don't even really need to write this down or see what I'm talking about. I'm just writing it down as an example. But you need to consume over 100 grams of protein a day, and you need to aim to start to consume at 2,000, anywhere from 2,000 to 2,200 calories a day. That's where I would start you at. That's where I would start you at. And when you start from there, using the same formula I talked about earlier, you slowly decrease those calories over time. And if you start there and you're hitting your protein, if you're hitting over 100 grams of protein a day, you're hitting 2,000 calories, you're hitting 2,100 calories, and you're not seeing any progress, then that is your sign that you need to decrease the calories that you're consuming by 100 calories at a time. You don't want to just plummet them. And then over time, you slowly decrease them. Like with your macros, say you're at like what I talked about earlier, like 125 grams of protein, 215 carb, 70 fat. Say you follow those macros for 2 weeks and you start to stall out. Drop them by 10 grams each. Drop your carbs by 10 grams and drop your fats by like 3 to 5-ish. And then over time, you're gonna lose weight on those macros. And then you do the same thing, and then you slowly just decrease them over time, so that way your metabolism doesn't crash and you maintain muscle throughout the process, so that way you are losing fat and building muscle / retaining muscle, at the same time. And this is gonna be the best way for you to create your own calories. Overall, I went really in depth with this. If you're confused, I tried to break this down very simple, but I'm gonna leave you with this. Take your body weight, times it by 14. That's your maintenance calories. You're gonna start there, and you're gonna make sure that you're consuming over 100 grams of protein a day. Funnel the rest of the calories with carbs and fats. If you're skipping breakfast, that is gonna make it very, very difficult to do. If you're just having snacks, if you're just having lunch, if you're just having dinner, it's gonna make it very, very difficult to do. So make sure that you are consuming 3 meals a day, 30 to 40 grams of protein, 30 grams of protein, 40 grams of protein in each meal, supplement a protein shake in there. And I guarantee you, If you utilize this formula I gave you, you will lose weight. You will lose weight faster than you ever have, and you will look good in the process too, and you're gonna feel amazing. You're gonna have great energy. And if you want more in-depth help with this on how to track your macros the right way, why we track our macros the right way, why we do this compared to just following a meal plan, shoot me a message on Instagram, and I will send you access to a private video that has our own custom foods from MyFitnessPal, teaches you how to track all that good stuff. I hope this helps. I broke it down in a very, very, simple way to get your maintenance and then slowly decrease your calories over time. Hope this helps. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll be talking to you soon.